This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So let us review the items that are you mentioned in the required in the resume, right? Definitely photo is not required because you are not applying for any, any position which requires photo, right? So you don't need to mention photo. Now you go to the second item and ask about your objective, right? So this objective also when you are writing them, right? You will basically don't know how to write or what to write. So what typically we do, we go and do a Google, right? And we go and do a Google about how to write fresher resume objective. We write this, and some of them give a recommendation already. And if we don't know how to write it on our own, what is the next easiest way to write? Right? Copy from a friend. Right? That's the easier thing to write. Okay. So which is again it is not okay. In fact, if you are asking about copying from a friend, I have a scenario about two students in Emergy sometime back. If you remember, if I remember them, right? They one friend copied from another friend. You know what? The scenario became like this: their father and mother name was also copied. Okay, you know what I mean, right? Okay, okay. People copied father and mother name also. I called them and in my place and I asked them what is it you have done? You know, you even copied your father and mother name, right? What do you mean, right? So which is absolutely not okay, right? So what I would suggest is objective is required, right? What I would say is, please don't do any of these things. This is not recommended. You don't need to copy from Google or you don't need to copy from a friend, including their father and mother name, right? As I told you, please don't do this, right? Then what is that you need to do? Okay, all you need to do is, all you need to do is just think about yourself and what you want to achieve. If you do this, this is good enough, right? So when I say something like this, okay, it's something like this. It can be as simple as that, right? I want to be a successful embedded systems or an IoT or, for example, because all the core students are here. So full stack web development engineer, okay, working on latest technologies and make my company successful. Enough, right? This is more than enough. If you see that, very simple English, right? I want to be a successful, let us say, full stack engineer and IoT engineer working on latest technologies and want to make my company successful, right? So please think about what you want to do and then write them in a very simple English. And all of you are smart enough to write these 1 or 2 lines. I don't think this requires some specific English coaching or you need to write vocabulary like what our Shashi Tharoor uses, all vocabulary. No, not required, right? So you use simple English and communicate what you wanted to do about, right? This kind of a very simple explanation will do, right? So now let us move on to the next item: experience, right? When you talk about experience, right, you can mention experience only if that experience is something which is at least, I would say, 6 months old, right? For example, don't write an experience like this: internship in BSNL, right? Okay, or I would say internship in some electricity board, or internship in Indian Railways, right? Okay. All of us know how you done your internship. You would have called your uncle who is working in this company. You would have told you wanted to work on this. Then they would have called you, and 1 week you would have went there, and then they would have, you would have sat in the canteen, had some coffee, tea, chit chat around, and in the last day when you are about to complete your internship, you would have given you a certificate, right? So these type of experience is absolutely not okay, right? In fact, I would say you don't even mention that. Okay, there is absolutely no need to mention this also, because imagine for a second, you are assuming yourself you are in the interview panel, right? Your idea is to hire an embedded engineer or an IoT engineer or a full stack engineer, how does it make sense or what importance it gives when somebody comes and tells, I don't know, 1 week internship in BSNL, right? It's of no importance. So somebody may be thinking, sir, if I don't put all these things, what else I'll write? I'll come to that point slightly later. But all I'm telling is these type of things are absolutely not okay, right? Or some of them would have had some, experience, right? You would have done some internship, which may be, for example, for example, a few weeks time. For example, I was a student, student ambassador in Internshala. Okay, so this is also, I would say, you can put it in the more of an extracurricular activity, because becoming a student ambassador in Internshala, I'm not sure how it will help. It will help in an embedded scenario, right? Okay. And here I have a question. Stebby asks, sir, what if my experience is in other domain, but I am applying for embedded? Yes, I'm coming to that, right? So any experience, what I need to experience is any experience which is more than 6 months. Okay, please mention. In fact, I'll show in the resume template itself how to do this. So, for example, his internship, Internshala, Falana, please don't do it. Right? This is not at all required. Right? So, when you say any experience is more than 6 months, it could be something like this. Like probably some of them worked in sales marketing. Let us say you are a sales engineer in some company, or some of you would have done a teacher, or you've been a some lecture job you would have done. Okay, or some of you would have worked in some non-core area. Somebody, I see a lot of my students who come and join our course would have done web development, or they would have done a IT type of application, which is more of a or say field sales kind of a job, or a field marketing kind of job, right? So these type of experience, right? If it is there, which is more than 6 months, please mention, right? Okay. If experience are not certified means, so what it means is very important thing. Any experience that you mention here, okay, ensure that you have appropriate document with you. Okay, suppose you worked in a company for 6 months, you worked as a teacher, or you worked in a sales job, right? Ensure that you have a appropriate experience letter, or you can have a relieving letter from the company, right? If you don't have, don't mention, right? Then somebody may be asking, sir, I passed out in 2018. I prepared for some time in GATE. Then I did some 6 months lecture job, or I did a sales job for 6 months. How do I? What if the company finds a gap, right? Okay. So what we are scared, majority of the time, okay, majority of you worried about the gap in terms of GATE preparation, gap in form of sales marketing preparation. I would say let this gap remain, right? If you can, when it comes to HR interview, you can mention these things to them in person, right? Because at least in the technical side, nobody's going to ask you what you are doing after engineering, and what if you have this. They're not going to ask you the technical time. They're only going to ask you during your HR interview only, right? Okay, here I have a couple of questions. Vikram asks, sir, if experience but not certified means, okay, so I guess you don't have a certificate, better don't mention. Mayur says, have 3 months experience with certification. Can you put that on? I would say you can mention it, not in the experience section. Maybe you can put in some kind of a achievement or some other section, because 3 months means majority of the time you would be doing some learning, or you're trying to understand what the job is. Because any job, even tomorrow, if you make me do a sales job, at least I need 6 months to understand what the sales job is all about. That's what I say. Okay, minimum ensure that you have 6 months duration. Anything less than 6 months, better not mention as an experience. Or even if you wanted to say, sir, I done something really innovatively. For example, in a student ambassador, I done a very good job. I have a certificate from Internshala that I did a great job. No problem. You can mention it in your extracurricular activities. That is also fine. Right? Please note, let me repeat, please note, this experience, it is not going to be the determinant factor, at least the companies who are hiring from us, in terms of making a decision. This is definitely not. Because on top of it, anyways, you have a story to tell, saying that, sir, you know what, I did this, I tried for this job, it didn't work out. Okay, finally, you can you can close this particular thing saying that, in order to have a career in core, embedded or IoT or full stack. That's the reason, okay, I joined, Emergy or WSA. You can just mention that. Okay. In fact, that gives a lot of, merit to yourself, right? So all I don't want to do is don't lie, don't lie, don't cover up, don't, what do you say? Don't hide any information. Okay. So my only request is, okay, please don't hide any information. Please don't do that. I talk about it, in the interview preparation time also. But I would say, please do not hide any information whenever it comes to experience, right? Okay. Now let us move on to the next item about the education, right? Education, yes, it's a very important. And by the way, some of them may be asking, sir, I have none of these things, sir. I have done nothing, right? In that case, you can go ahead and remove this itself. Right? You don't need to put something because your friend has put, so I need to put, right? Don't put that. You do not put, you cannot justify, please don't put that particular information, right? Okay. Now let us move on to the next item, which is nothing but the education. Education, what I would suggest, I'll show in the template also, okay? Place the latest degree on top, right? So when I say latest degree, put suppose somebody had done a MTech, mention the MTech first, then you mention your BTech first, right? Then you mention your class 12, okay? Then you mention your class 10, right? Okay? Here there is a chance that some of our students, some of the students, maybe would have done some diploma, right? Some of them would have done a diploma. In that case, instead of your 12th standard, you can mention your diploma, marks, right? And okay. Vikram asked a very interesting question. If a student is weak in English, will he be rejected? Tell me more about language problem. Is it a main role? Okay. So please park this thinking, Vikram. I have a dedicated section about this when it comes to the interview preparation. Okay. So I will also put it in the notes so that I use it in a daily basis. So Vikram has a question. Okay. So, okay. How much, should I be worried? Should I be worried if my English is not good? I'll come to this point, Vikram. Let me put it here only. Okay. I hope it's okay, Vikram. Okay. I have a special section on communication skills when it comes to the interview section. So I will anyways put it here so that I don't forget this point. Right? Okay. Many of you will have the same question. Often we think about communication skills or talking some great English, etc. Okay, I'll come back to this point so that I don't forget. Okay? I will place this one here. I'll come back to it later. Okay. Okay. And Eknath, Vikas Patil is asking, after 8 months experience, they ask you about why you left the job. So what is the good answer? The good answer is very simple. As I already told, I want to have a career in core, embedded or IoT or full stack, depending on your course which you are doing. So that itself is a good enough. Okay, you don't need to make any stories based on that. You can say the job which I was doing, which was not meeting my aspiration, right? So I wanted to get into this thing, right? We can do this. Okay, you can mention that. And Eknath is asking, sir, where to write Emergy course certification? Eknath, give me some time. I will open my resume template. In that, you have very clear-cut place where we can mention, right? So Abhilash is asking, sir, engineering, what percentage I have to put? i.e. from 5th semester or from 1st semester to 8th semester? Okay, it's a very interesting question. Okay, let me talk about this particular thing, right? Okay, so when it comes to this percentage, right? When you talk about the percentage in engineering, this is a very interesting point that Abhishek is asking. So let me clarify. issue that we have. Okay. So one issue we have in percentage calculation is because different universities have got different way to calculate, right? For example, yeah, Stebby says, so VTU students have that problem. Our university considers 5th to 8th sem mark only, right? Okay, and somebody else, I don't know, maybe in JNTU there may be different way of calculation. Maybe some Maharashtra, some Pune University might have some way of calculation. So the issue what we have is, right, okay, different universities have different calculation mechanism. Okay, so this is one problem that we see with in India, right? So what I would suggest is, when I say percentage in engineering, okay, I would say let us not break our head whether should I do 1 to 8, okay, whether should I do 1 to 8 or 5 to 8. In fact, I think if I'm not wrong, somebody can comment from Pune or Maharashtra. Okay, I think only 7 to 8 semesters are calculated. If I remember, long time back, some of my students told me, right? Okay, so my point is, do not worry. I would rather say, okay, whatever is there in your certificate, okay, that's fine. That's fine, right? You don't need to invent anything new saying that, oh, okay, my college is doing this, so what should I do, right? So you don't need to do whatever is mentioned in your, Pune University calculates a complete 8 semester. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Maybe my understanding is wrong. Yeah, Pune University calculates the whole thing. Deepak is asking, thanks for the clarification, Shivraj. Deepak is saying, did throughout percentage is necessary? 10th, 12th, if you score good marks in engineering. Again, Deepak, it depends on the company. Let us mention the percentage in all the places, 10th, 12th, and engineering. Let us mention all of them. I'll show you a template. You will understand them. Okay, and let the companies to decide. Because if you look at, right, some companies will ask consistent 65, consistent 60%, or somebody will say, okay, no, only in engineering 60% is fine. We have variation of companies, right? Okay, so I would say let us mention all the information in our application and leave the company to decide, right? One thing. And Bangalore University calculates, look, yeah, Bangalore University has got a different way, Sagar says. And Preeti says in BT certification, just grade is given, not in percentage. So Preeti, you know, now when you say certificate, when you last final semester, they would have given one number, right? This is my percentage. Yeah, I don't know whether it is depending on your calculation, right? Yeah, certificate they may not mention. They will say it is a, you know, first class or second class, but at least in the last semester mark sheet, I think they'll put some number, right? You can check that. If you still have any query, you can ping me. We'll clarify you offline, right? Gagan says, sir, I'm from UVCE. Okay, BT certificate just mentioned like first class, second class. Yeah, first class. Yeah, that is also fine, Rani. Okay, so I would say if a company says first class, we can assume it is as like, for example, more than 60%, right? That is also fine. Okay. Yeah, last year's certificate mark sheet has got that detail should be good enough. Sir, for 2019 batch in BT, they're considering 1 to 8 semester degree certificate. What should we put? As I told you, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know his name. Okay, he's probably logged in as 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I would suggest is, if it is first class, means let us assume it is 60% and above, right? Okay, and in your last semester card, I'm sure there'll be some numbers mentioned there, right? That number you can put, right? Okay, so I would say I would recommend that. Okay, if you still have queries, what I would suggest is, since we are doing, I'm doing this workshop directly, I will share. I'm sure all of you might have my number. I'll also share my phone number in the chat in the end of today, because today's quiz, I want to get the answers via WhatsApp, because still the GoToMeeting log is not working, right? So I would want to do the quiz using my mobile, rather my WhatsApp. I'll share my number anyways, right? You can store that. You can shoot me offline. We'll clarify. All right. And other thing is, yeah, other thing that already Akshata and Vikrama is bringing in is that, sir, you know, so what about the percentage? This is one issue, right? What is the semester which are getting considered. Then other issue that we have is the issue of percentage versus CGPA. This is the next issue, right? So when you say percentage versus CGPA, if it is mentioned in CGPA, and whenever, let us say, whenever you are applying for placements, right, in Emergy, right? So should I consider my CGPA, or should I do my percentage, or should I consider my should I convert that from my percentage to CGPA, or CGPA to percentage, or whatever, right? Okay. So what I would suggest is, let us have a simple equation. At least in Emergy, we wanted to make it simple. In Emergy, we have straightforward equation. Okay, 60% is equal to, okay, 60% is equal to 6.0 CGPA. Okay, even though this is logically not correct, because if 6 points is CGPA, if we convert, it will be coming less than 60%. But we don't want to give that disadvantage to our students, right? So 60% when they mention in our placement application, if you have 6.0 CGPA and above, you can apply, no problem, right? I not know a single case where some company converted this CGPA to percentage, and because of that reason, they did not give an offer or something like that. And in case that happens, worst case, in future, if it happens also, you guys don't worry, we will not penalize you for that, right? Okay. So, but the most important part when it comes to this CGPA or percentage calculation, okay, my only concern is, okay, so Solapur University gives all in SGPA, CGPA and percentage. What should I mention? Mention the highest one, Shivraj, okay? Mention the highest one and gain advantage of that, okay? Because the higher you mention, the better it is, right? Suppose, okay, that way it is mentioned. Yeah, I understand. You don't need to do a calculation. Vikram is giving the equation here, okay? But we would like to give a maximum benefit to you guys by following this equation. This is Emergy's equation, I would say like that, okay? But what my concern here is, I have a problem with students is that, okay, whatever you mention, be accurate with your data. I would say this is the most important thing, because when I mean by data, suppose like say somebody says somebody has got something like this. His percentage is 64.3. Okay, somebody says 64.3. Okay, okay. 1 second, Mayur, I'll come to your point. Okay. What is the company said that we faked about your percentage? You don't need to worry about that. We'll take care of that. Okay. In worst case that happens, we'll say we only told our students to put this. We will defend you, Mayur. Okay. So I would say you put like this. This is enough, right? Okay. Okay. So be accurate with your data. My only concern is, many times I've seen students doing like this. Suppose somebody is saying 64.3, but the placement company says something like this, right? A student who scored 65% and apply. 65% can apply. Okay. This is the placement application is asking for, whereas the student is having only 64.3%. Please don't apply. Okay. Be accurate. 64.3. Let it be 64.3 only. Do not apply any approximation algorithm. Okay. So we do like this. Right? So apply any approximation. Okay. This is not correct. Okay. So because this may put you into trouble, because I would tell a case, right? One of the student had a similar. Any please turn off your mic. 1 second, guys. Okay. So don't apply any approximation algorithm here. Okay. So sir, I have 7.0 CGPA according to our university. It's 65. If the company mentions 65% CGPA, can 63%. Chandra, I don't understand your query. So Chandrakar, you can shoot me offline. Let me just proceed. I'll come back to this again. Give me some few minutes. I'll wrap up this topic, right? So don't apply any approximation here, okay? Because what happens is, suppose a company tells something like this, we put under ourselves into trouble, right? Suppose the company says, okay, 65% and above can apply. Okay. So some student says, okay, sir, I am 64.3. Okay. He will come and think, oh my God, I'm only 0.7% less. Okay, let me apply. Okay, he goes and applies. Then what happens? There is another student who comes and tells, sir, I'm 62%. I'm only 3% less. Okay, let me also apply. Okay. Then there will be some student who will be 55%. He'll say, oh, only 10% I am less. Can I apply? Okay. There may be some student who is 50% in engineering. He may also come and say, so I am only 15% less. Can I apply? Right. So please note, this is absolutely defeats the purpose of this issue. Right. So please do not do this. Okay. This is not the right way to look into this. Right. Okay. Yes. Some of you may be may not be missing out few opportunities because if it is a very good company, very big company, you may be missing out. But don't put yourself into trouble, right? Okay, because one issue I have is long time back, I think not long time, last year, one of our student faked with these numbers, right? It was not our mistake. In fact, okay, my voice is breaking. Okay, let me just come a little closer. Okay. So one of our student actually created got into some trouble because of this, right? I don't want you to get into this trouble going forward. So my only request is, please be accurate with your information, right? Okay. So that's about the education part of it. Okay. So that's the education section, right? Now let us move on to the skill section, right? Okay. Here is where the important aspect comes into picture. But if you look into currently, assuming that you are not doing a course with Emergy or WSA, so what will be your resume will look like, right? Suppose I'll say technical skills, right? Okay. In technical skills, generally I see people mentioning like this, C, okay? Voice not coming, okay? 1 second, am I audible, guys? Are you able to hear me? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm audible. Some network issue could be there. Okay, all right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. So some of them, for example, put C programming. Okay, and then in the bracket they will mention something like this, basic. Okay. So indirectly, they will say indirectly they are telling the interviewer that I only know till loops and arrays. Don't ask me any pointer questions. If at all they ask pointer questions, it may be out of syllabus, right? Okay. So somebody will mention like this, right? And some of the students I have seen mentioning like this, C++. Okay. And one student copied from his friend's resume. You don't believe he mentioned something like this. Okay. A language like this. Okay. I never seen any programming language like this. Okay. Because he thought his friend has done C++. Okay. He will put C+++, right? Okay. So don't invent all this programming language or something like this, right? And another thing when I seen, okay, in technical skills, especially when you are coming from a college background, is you will put something like this, right? In the technical skills, I have seen people putting like this, Windows. Okay, Windows. Some of them will even put like this, Windows XP, Windows ME, Windows 8, Windows 10. Okay. Okay. So please don't okay, don't put any of these things, right? This will be a very bad way of writing the skills here. And don't invent your own C++ language or something like that, right? This is really bad. Okay. Okay. And let me tell you, okay, some of you will know, okay, I have a 11-year-old daughter. Okay. Last couple of weeks back, there was a computer science exam, right? Yeah, Tirumali Kumar says MS Office. And some of them will even write like this, right? I've seen some of them writing like this in Windows. Let me show you. Okay, in Windows, some of them will put like this, Windows. They will put like this, MS Office. Some of them will write MS Word, Excel, PPT, okay? And some of them will even write Notepad. Some of them will write a paintbrush, right? Okay. So please note, these things are absolutely not okay. Absolutely not okay. Okay. Yes, Ubuntu and all we can put. I'll show our template. You can mention it accordingly. Okay. I'll tell you, these things doesn't make absolutely no sense for you to put in resume, because these skills are today learned by school students. As I told a couple of weeks back, before the shutdown has happened, my daughter had her computer science exam. She studied in class 5. I was teaching her computer science. Believe me, they know much better than us when it comes to Windows, Excel, and MS Word. I'm sure you'll have your, maybe your cousin's son or your nephew or niece. If you go and look into their 4th standard or 5th standard computer science curriculum, any board you can go and check. They know all these things very well. In fact, 10th standard students in my own daughter's school, they have already learned Python, and using Raspberry Pi, they demonstrated a project sometime back, right? So that's the way world is heading. In this scenario, if you go and tell, I know Notepad, I know Paintbrush, etc., these things don't have any sense. And also, please note, you are applying for an embedded system position, right? Okay. My request is, okay, you don't need to put any of these things. Anyways, we have a template in which you can show that, right? Okay. So here, Chunche Gowda is asking, sir, can we add softwares, whatever we use in academics? Yes. Okay. So I'll come to that. Okay. Software is in. I'll come to that in the resume template. I will walk down. I'll show you guys that. Okay. So let us move on. So do not mention all these things. Then you may be asking, sir, if I have nothing, what else I can mention? I'll show you the template. Our template has got a very good way to represent the skills. You can very well mention that. Okay, that's about the skills part of it. Okay. Now let us move on to the project. Okay. So project is again a very important item here, right? When you talk about project, especially when you're coming from a college, right? What happens in a college project, right? The college project, if you talk about, majority of you, again, this I learned after I came to Immersi, majority of the projects are purchased projects, right? Purchased projects. Okay. So there'll be a project center which you go in the final year, and then your college would have mentioned some specification. It will say, it should be IEEE topic, or it be in the IoT area, or some blah 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 blah, right? You go and tell that particular shopkeeper. When you go to the shop, the shopkeeper will ask, which department you are from, right? And he will only give you the project list, and he will give you the necessary PPT also. Okay, what question they will ask, etc. And he will also give you the necessary source code or whatever. You go and present. Okay. In fact, there is one very interesting story I have to share here. Quite some time back, I was discussing with one of the students. When I asked, why you guys buy the project? Why don't you do it on your own? Okay. And he said, no, sir, 3 years in college is for enjoyment, and the 4th year is for more enjoyment. Then I said, don't your professor scold you if you go and buy the project from a shop? His answer was very funny. He said, okay, my professor only told which shop to buy the project. Okay. So that's what the answer he said. He said, sir, my professor only told, go to the shop and buy. Okay. So this was, unfortunately, it is a sad state of our our academia today. I can't tell it in a college professor forum, they'll beat me for this, but this is a scenario, right? Okay. So my point is, anyways, in Immersi, we do a lot of projects, as I told you yesterday, the importance of doing your projects, right? So you can mention that in the template. I'll walk you through that, right? But having said that, right, one important part here I want to reiterate is, right, some companies ask for your academic project details in interview. Okay? Even though you do many projects in Immersi, right, some companies ask for the project in the interview. So it's very important that even though you purchase the project and you've given the demo to your professors and your external guide, and you got a good marks in your final year project, and some of you may not know where that particular project report is lying down in your native place or somewhere in your cupboard. Please take that out, or at least a soft copy. At least understand what the project you have done. At least you should be in a position to explain basic details, right? And coming to projects you've done in Immersive, I'll come to that. Give me some time with the template walkthrough, I'll mention that. Okay, so that's about the project. Okay, so it's very important to mention the project. If you see here, right? Okay, the most important section so far we covered, assuming that the education is also there, right? Okay, skills and projects are the two most important section in your resume. Let me reiterate: skills and projects are the most important thing. Rest are all immaterial. As I told, if your percentage thing we have already clarified. Okay, your objective and experience doesn't matter because you're applying for a position where you don't have experience already. That's absolutely fine. The most important thing is your projects and skill sets. Okay. All right. Now let us move on to the next section called achievement section. Okay. Okay. So Kiran says, sir, extend the session for half an hour further. Okay, let me see how it goes, Kiran. Give me some time. Let me cover the topic which I planned. Okay. So achievements. Okay. Achievements also I hear a lot of I see a lot of interesting points mentioned. Okay. Some of them will mention achievement like this. Okay. I completed my engineering. Okay. Some of them will mention this itself is an achievement. Oh my God, I finished my engineering. That itself is a big achievement, right? Okay. So now coming to the other achievements, right? People mention something which are not very significant. For example, somebody will say, attended a tech fest in some other college, right? And majority of the no, I hope guys can understand why guys go and attend a tech fest in some other college. You know that, right? Okay, because including my batch, good number of love stories start there, right? Okay, so this is definitely not an achievement, right? And some of them will mention some achievements like this. As I already told you, somebody will say, I done a internship in BSNL, right? Okay, an internship in BSNL. You know what internship you done? Okay, internship in BSNL. And some of them will mention something like this. Okay, attended IoT workshop. Okay, on line follower robot. Okay. Believe me, guys, this line follow robot, okay, I think these workshops started happening during Tipu Sultan time. Okay, Tipu Sultan time means before even Britishers came, people started teaching this line follow robot. For God's sake, they're still teaching the line follow robot. Okay, I don't understand why. Okay, they still do line follow robot, 2 days of workshop, 1 day of workshop. Okay, so these things are of no use. Okay. Okay, yeah, maybe even before that, sir. Ram Prakash is telling, yeah, maybe even before pre-Tipu Sultan time, they are pre-18th century, they may be teaching, right? Okay, some of them will mention like this, right? And some of them would have mentioned something like, what do you say? Some short course. See, some of them are good, right? Okay, so, sir, can we mention if finally project be selected by KSRTC? I published papers. I'll come to that, guys. Give me some time. I'll show you some examples, right? Okay. So what I'm telling is these type of things are absolutely not an achievement, right? Okay. But yes, some of them have done something significant, as Shivraj says, I got a prize in IIT Bombay. I published a paper in IEEE, and my finally project was selected in KSRTC. If something which is significant, you can mention definitely. You should take advantage of this. Okay, I'll show in the template some of the examples which you can mention. But if something is of such a trivial thing, right? Okay, these type of things, if you ask me, you don't need to mention at all. Okay, these things are absolutely not okay. Okay, so whenever you are mention something which is significant. Okay, significant. Something you've done at a IEEE level, right? And something you did at a state level, you don't want something, right? Okay, state level, etc. So this is something which you need to mention. Okay, So and some of them may be thinking, sir, I don't have anything significant, right? Okay. You don't need to mention at all. You can remove this section. Let me tell you guys, if there any section, if you feel that you don't have much to mention, you can go ahead and remove. Okay. Now, some of them would have done something in the volunteering side. That also we can mention. For example, volunteering. For example, some of them would have done a NSS level, as Rani is asking, right? NSS level you would have done. Some of them would have done a NCC, or some of them would have worked in some NGO, working with some special children or blood donation, whatever. Those things you can, yeah, National Olympiad achievements, you can mention that. Yeah, Shweta is asking. So those things you can mention. My thing is, okay, can you apply it for patent, right? Yeah, definitely you should mention. Okay, so patent, okay, something very good, something which you can tell something. Okay, you should not be mentioning, right, I attended a tech fest in some other college and I found my girlfriend there, right? Don't mention that. Okay, that is of no use. Okay, I'll show you some examples, but this is something which you can mention, achievements. And some students may be thinking, sir, you know, I don't have anything significant like that. Okay, my thing is you can remove that. I'm absolutely fine. Okay, I'll show you some cases where you know, where one student was there. He was a very simple student, I would say. Okay, very simple guy. He don't have any of these achievements. He has not done any IEEE paper, any you know, anything that is what you mentioned here at a country level, state level, etc. Okay, but he was very sincere in our Emergy assignment and courses. That itself has fetched him a job, right? Okay, so those kind of things you can mention. I would say if something is not this level, you can remove this. Okay, I would say you can go ahead and remove this. You can just delete this section itself if you don't have something significant. Okay, now let me move on to hobbies. Okay, in the hobby section, okay, you know what, 99% of the students, when I look into resumes, you know what hobbies come up, right? Okay, reading books, listening to music, okay, surfing internet. Okay, please note again, these three hobbies are pre-Tipu Sultan time PUBG, yeah. PUBG traffic. Okay, okay. So my only request is, please do not put this. Okay, so this is not often. Majority of you do not know the difference between hobby and, okay, time passing. Okay, so these two are different, guys. Okay, so if you look at hobby people, some of them, some of you may be having something, you know, something you may not be really people who followed some hobby, right, will know what I'm talking about. Please note, hobby is also as serious and as passionate like how you come to get a job, right? For example, I'll tell you some hobby based on my experience in Emergy, right? Okay, so one of the students, okay, he used to sing like Lata Mangeshkar, okay, and Asha Bhosle. He used to sing like, you know, and in fact, during our afternoon times, he used to start singing like, you know, these type of voices. He used to, it's a guy, by the way, he used to mimic like this, right? Okay, and you know, for example, playing guitar, okay, playing drums, you played at cricket level, yeah, those type of things you mentioned, right? And yesterday, just a minute, I was looking into the student's YouTube channel. I forgot his name. Can you just put the YouTube channel about the bike riding, etc.? Sorry, I noted in my notebook. My notebook is away. Yesterday night I checked it. Evin, yeah, I think Evin has got a YouTube channel, right, on regarding rider. Yes, right. Okay, you can mention that. You can mention that my YouTube channel about that. You can even give the link also. Okay, yeah, Black Viking. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, Black Viking is the channel which yesterday I looked into that, and it was very good. Means to create such kind of channel. Okay, whether it is a okay, it's a gaming channel. See, that's fine. Gaming or biking. See, please note, creating a channel, even if it is about gaming, and having about so many thousands of subscribers or so many lakhs of subscribers, it's not joke, right? It requires sincere effort from an individual. So hobby means hobby requires lot of effort, okay, lot of effort and passion. Okay, often we tend to miss that. In fact, some time back, some of our students had a Facebook page. You know what that Facebook page was all about? The Facebook page is all about memes, right? Okay, and there was a student from Kerala, so they used to maintain some Malayalam based memes they created. I was not aware. Just before they got a job and all, they came and showed me. There was a bunch of classmates, 2-3 of them were maintaining that page. I don't know how to read Malayalam, but some of the memes I saw was amazing. Okay, it requires a lot of creativity, right? Something you mentioned, of this level, then you can mention, right? And in case, for example, you don't have anything, sir, I don't have anything like that. Okay, as I told you, you don't need to put like. Say even for that matter, yeah, trolls. Trolls is a very good example these days, right? So many people are coming up with channels on trolls. If you have made the trolls, give the link. It makes a lot of sense, right? Okay. So in case if you do not have anything, right? Okay. Say suppose even reading books can be a hobby. For example, when you say reading books, are you a reader of fiction? Okay. Are you a reader of non-fiction? Okay. And if somebody asks, right, okay, then what is the latest book you read, right? You should be able to tell about it, right? Okay, don't write just because it is like that. Yeah, TikTok can be a good hobby, etc. That's fine. I mean, TikTok or anything that you've done. Yeah, writing diary is a very good example. Yes, you can mention that. Okay. So my point is, if they ask you a question, suppose Arun says writing diary. If the interviewer asks, typically this happens in an HR interview, right? Okay, they will ask, what did you write last, right? Okay, then you can say, okay, this is what I wrote this particular thing in my diary, or this is the latest non-fiction book I created, or this is the latest meme I created, or this is the latest YouTube video I created with my friends. You can mention that. In fact, that's very important, right? My only request is, do not mention something very simple like reading books, listening to music, etc. Okay, so this is definitely not required. Okay, again, if you don't have, you can remove that. Yeah, writing to poems, trekking, yeah, you can mention them, absolutely fine. Okay, baking, cooking, absolutely fine. Okay, so idea is, whenever they ask questions, you should be able to explain that. Don't give something very generic, right? Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, all right, now let us move on to the personal details section. Again, this very interesting section. Okay, I see students mentioning lot of information, okay, about in the personal details section also. Okay, yeah, what and all there in the personal details section, right? Okay, people will write like this: father's name, okay, okay, then father's occupation, okay, then people will write mother's name, mother's occupation, okay, and people will write what else people will write in personal details. Can I get some examples in personal details? Languages known. Languages known. Address, date of birth. Then siblings, my God, siblings, okay. So then marital status, okay. People will say, people can write single and actively looking. Okay. People may write like this, okay. Email address and phone number, email and phone. Nationality, my God, okay. Okay. Blood group, okay. Then Aadhaar number. Gender, very important. People should not be, don't have any doubt. Okay. And then people talk about passport number. Okay. Then people may write Aadhaar number. Then they write license number, driver's license number. Then they will put some references. Okay. Some of the people who are the professors with whom we had a good number, PAN number. Okay. Okay. You can ration card number, very good. Ration card, okay. Ration card, okay. Bank account number, okay. Or even these days you can make, you know, UPI number, UPI, okay. Okay. PIN code, right? Very good. PIN code. Okay. Girlfriend number, okay. Hey man, okay. So passport number, okay. Mobile number, okay. You can say self and the girlfriend number, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, social media profiles, okay. Social media profiles, okay. Okay. So if you look at this, right? Okay, people write everything. Okay, they write like the passport number. Okay, saying that as if they are going to recruit you today and tomorrow they are going to send you to some other, you know, go to the international airport and go to some other country. You know, people will think that as if they are going to do that, right? My only request is, okay, these information are required. Okay, not your girlfriend information, but you know, some majority of the numbers are required here. Okay, but please note, okay, this information you don't need to mention in your resume. Okay, so all this information, okay, you don't need to mention in your resume. Nothing is required. I'll show the template. Okay, nothing is required. In fact, in our Emergy template, okay, you may be really surprised if I say this, right? Even we don't allow you to mention phone number and email ID. Okay, I'll tell you why while walking through the resume template probably tomorrow, right? So there is a scenario. So the reason is earlier days, if you look at when people were applying for jobs and you know, they are applying through resumes and the resume need to be sent via post and etc. Okay, this information and all were required. Okay. But today, what is the scenario? The scenario is, okay, this information is not at all, you know, whenever you are doing this, right? This is not at all required for any company, right? At the time of interview, okay? And once you get selected, assuming that you clear the technical interview and you clear the HR interview, and then they are about to issue an offer letter, right? Every company will have a document called employee. A company will have something called an employment form. Okay, so there is a very big document called employment form. Some of your friends might have already got placed before this lockdown. You might have observed whenever they are getting selected, right? The companies will give them this particular employment form where you can fill them. So you don't need to basically mention all these personal details in your resume at all. Okay, you can absolutely remove that. Okay, if at all it is required, the company will ask you at the time of employment. So you don't need to write any of these things. Okay, even in our template, you will see email and phone number also we don't ask you to mention. I'll explain the reason when I walk you guys through the template, right? Okay. So then Vikram asked, sir, why they're asking for personal details, right? Okay. So the idea why they ask for this personal details is mainly because to store the information in a HR database. See, once your employment form is done, majority of this team, the companies these days are having something called HR management systems, right? HRMS. So they'll be storing that information in that particular HRMS so that at the time of some emergency, at the time of some travel, at the time of some extreme circumstances like what it is, they will be, for example, blood group, right? Okay. So blood group information is required only when an individual falls sick or some colleague has fallen sick and then they need a blood urgently, right? Only in that circumstances they ask, right? Apart from that, you don't need to mention this. You know, companies these days, even this employment form has gone online. Okay. Okay. That's the scenario, right? Okay. So now this, anyways, we discuss these things, date and sign, and some of them will finally, you know, will take this date and sign, and then put that, saying that whatever I put it in, whatever mentioned above is true. There is nothing above and beyond true. Then you will put a signature, right? So if you look at, right, 10 items are there. that is what your current thing looks like, right? Okay. And this also lead to a very interesting question. What Pranay is asking here, sir, if I remove everything, what will be there in my resume, right? And there is a this one is there in there's a joke. Okay, there is a guy who was selling fishes, so he said something like this: fresh fish sold here. Okay, sold here. Somebody comes and tells, only are you only selling the fresh food, fresh fish, right? Okay, are you selling fish? So he removed one by one, and finally nothing was there, right? Okay, my scenario looks like this, right? This is my template. This is how my things looks like, right? Okay, so then what to put in my resume, right? Okay, I would say only two things that are required. Only two things that are required apart from your academics is, as I already mentioned, one is your skill and another is project. Okay, so that's the only two things that you are required in a resume. Nothing else is required. At least at least the jobs which you are attending, right? References not required. Okay, references. If at all they need reference, you can give later. References they can take it at the time of joining. They can give, you can give my name or any mentor's name you can mention, right? Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I understand. Okay, Pranay. So I'll show you guys the in the personal information, nothing is required. Okay, absolutely nothing is required. If at all they want, they can get all the personal information at the time of joining, right? You can provide them at the time of joining in the form of employment form, as I already told. All the companies will ask you at the time of employment, right? You can give them that. Okay, they will take it. They need that. As I told you, you don't need to put it in the resume. Okay, Skype ID also not required. If at all they need to do a telephonic interview or a Skype interview, then we can give that. I'll tell you this Skype ID, email ID, phone number, etc. I'll tell you tomorrow about why we don't even ask you to mention in that particular resume, right? Okay. So this is a scenario, right? Okay, about what not to write a resume. Okay. Then you will be wondering, sir, then in that case, we learned today what not to write in a resume. Okay. Then what will I write? Okay, half the page is lost, right? Somebody may be worried, sir, all my 2 pages are resumes lost. Now what should I write, right? Okay. So my request is, that is what we are going to learn about what to write in my resume, right? I will share you the template. I'll discuss the template part of it tomorrow, right? Okay. I think we are almost 12:10 now. 12:10. So I think I'll stop here. Okay. And definitely today, yeah, Arun and Vikram, just hold your questions. Okay, tomorrow, or maybe I'll take some questions now. So resume and CV, which is correct? Resume is correct. Okay, you can use the word resume. Sir, year of password or each certificate should be mentioned in the education. Yes, the education information. Okay. Okay. All right. So before we go, let me open the quiz for today. Okay. Are you guys ready for the quiz? Yes. No. Okay. Okay. So let me open the quiz. Okay. Before that, let me slightly change the answering pattern, because as I told you, I don't want you to type in the window. It will just vanishes. Even if you try to save, it is not saving. There are a lot of bugs in the GoToMeeting these days, right? Yesterday, even if you see, the recording itself was not done. Okay. So let me open my mobile number. Please take a note. Then I'll open up the question. Right? Okay. My mobile number. Some of you will know. But anyways, I will type it here. You can store it, and then I'll open up my quiz question. Okay. This is my mobile number. Okay. 98451-23380. So please take a note of this. So WhatsApp your answers to this. Okay. And so let me ask you 2 questions. Okay, while WhatsApping, you can also mention your name so that tomorrow I can announce the winner of this particular thing. Okay, so the question 1 is something like this. Okay, there are 2 questions. The question 1 is, what are the two most and only important sections in your resume? Okay, I reiterated multiple times. Okay, so I hope you know the answer. Note down both the questions and then send me answers. If you send separately, it will be a problem for me. Okay, I will not be able to connect, right? So what are the 2 most important? Hey, don't type here, man. Okay, don't type here. WhatsApp me. Okay, okay, WhatsApp me. I will not be able to store it. Okay, one thing. Okay, second question. Okay, slightly to make it interesting. I'm going to show a photograph. You need to name the 2 individuals in that photograph. Okay, so let me open the slides. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. There are 2 important people in this particular photograph. Name them. Okay, I hope you are able to see them. Okay, 2 important people. If you don't know, I don't know what it is, right? Okay, anyways, let us have some fun. This more on a lighter note. Okay, the question number 2 is, please name these 2 people in this photograph. One guy is receiving the prize, one guy is giving the prize. What are the names? Okay, please WhatsApp, not here. Yo, people are leaking the questions here. Okay, answers here. So please WhatsApp me. I will decide the winners. Okay, and then we'll announce the answers tomorrow. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of responses already coming. My God, my phone is already full. Okay, so all right, guys. I hope today session gave you some idea of how not to write a resume. So tomorrow we will resume and understand what to write a resume. Today we understood what not. Tomorrow we will understand how to write it by walking through the template. So tomorrow is very important. I'll walk you through all the templates and how to write, etc. How to write the project, how to represent the skill sets, and why we tell not to mention email ID and phone number in the resume, etc. Okay. So I would say that. Okay. So with this note, I would like to wrap up today's session. Okay. So can you take a minute and get your feedbacks, please? How was today's session? Was it helpful to you guys? Can you just type some responses? Okay, because Adarsh is responding, it was good, helpful. Sir Gagan, Pratiksha, Kamlesh, Shireen is here, Rajashekar, Siddharth. Thanks, guys. Okay. Wow, thank you guys. Informative. Kiran says, okay. Mayur, so enjoyable, nice. Kiran, thank you, Kiran. Amruta Varshini is here. Okay, so much doubt cleared. Okay, Q&A is helpful. All right. Anyways, I'll do one more exclusive Q&A. Okay. Gautam Ilangavan says, sir, can you extend the session? I would love to. I can do even longer. Okay, but let me, as I already told you, right, little bit. I want to get you guys used to this way of learning. Anyways, we will slowly extend the session, right? Okay. Finally, after 2 days of struggle, I felt the audible session. Oh, great to know, Kavin 11. Okay. By the way, very nice name. Kavin 11 is a very nice name. So thanks a lot, guys. Okay. See you tomorrow, same time. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me and you can email me. Anyway, support numbers is also there with you. Okay. All right, then. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.